Sad news. Bing Crosby died today while playing golf near Madrid, Spain. He was 73. He collapsed on the course, was rushed to the hospital, but was pronounced dead on arrival. Crosby almost died last year when he fell off a stage while taping a television program. He recovered and said his only problem was that he might not be able to play golf anymore. Bing Crosby leaves behind his widow, Catherine, 7 children, and 12 grandchildren.
Bing Crosby was a renowned figure in 20th century entertainment, celebrated for his smooth, velvety voice, captivating charisma, and enduring legacy in music and film. His career spanned decades, rising to fame during Hollywood's golden age, shaping the landscape of popular culture and the entertainment industry. Crosby's distinctive baritone voice propelled him to become one of the best-selling recording artists of all time, with timeless hits like White Christmas and Swinging on a Star earning him iconic status on the silver screen. His charm and talent shone brightly in beloved classics, such as Going My Way and The Bells of St. Mary's, showcasing his effortless versatility as both an actor and singer. However, behind the glitz and accolades, Crosby's personal life painted a far darker picture, as his private world was rife with turmoil, particularly in his strained relationships with his children. Bing Crosby, whose real name was Harry Liss Crosby Jr., was not always the charming entertainer he was known to be. After his first wife, Dixie Lee, passed away, his son Gary revealed unsettling facts about the legendary singer, forever changing how people viewed the famous star. Crosby's nickname Bing did not come from a playful game as he claimed, but from a neighbor's teasing reference to a local newspaper. Even from a young age, his life showed signs of the drama that would later unfold, as his discovery of a photograph sparked his passion for music, leading him to abandon law school for the unpredictable world of show business by the mid-1920s. Bing Crosby achieved early success with his unique jazz style, inspiring imitators like Dean Martin. However, his rise to fame was not without challenges. In the 1930s, a bout of laryngitis strained his voice, and doctors discovered a vocal cord node, urging him to rest. Crosby ignored their advice, pushing his voice to the limit while indulging in alcohol, which worsened his condition. By the mid-1930s, his high notes were gone, forcing him to pivot to slower ballads. Surprisingly, this shift in style made him a legend, as his new sound resonated deeply with audiences, earning him the title the Voice of the Nation. Behind his fame, though, lay a story of resilience, reinvention, and the price of chasing stardom. In 1930, Crosby married actress Dixie Lee, but their romance hit a rocky start, with Dixie filing for divorce just 6 months later, claiming they couldn't be happy together. However, she quickly regretted her decision and reconciled with Bing. After confiding in a supportive friend, Dixie gave up her film career to focus on their family. However, while Bing thrived in his work, Dixie struggled with loneliness and turned to alcohol for comfort. Her addiction spiraled, leaving a lasting impact on their 4 sons, Gary, Philip, Dennis, and Lindsay, who witnessed her struggles firsthand. Daughter Mary later described the emotional scars from Dixie's drinking, including memories of her passing out in front of the children. In 1943, another tragedy struck when a fire destroyed their family home, sparked by a short circuit while dismantling their Christmas tree. The blaze claimed cherished possessions, including Bing's trophies and musical recordings, devastating the family. Though Bing and Dixie shared moments of love, their life together was marked by pain, addiction, and heartbreaking loss, proving that even the brightest stars face deep struggles. Bing Crosby's career was nothing short of legendary, with over 1,200 songs, but one song overshadowed them all: White Christmas, which held the title of the best-selling single of all time for decades. The Guinness Book of World Records has immortalized Bing Crosby's White Christmas, but some argue this iconic song both helped and hindered his legacy. Producer Ken Barnes explains that history remembers Crosby as the quintessential voice of Christmas, the singer who appears annually rather than as a groundbreaking artist. However, Crosby himself had a different perspective. When asked in a 1977 interview by Barbara Walters if he ever grew tired of his most famous hit, he gave a candid and heartwarming response, saying he could never be sick of it but feared people might become tired of the festive cheer he brought to millions. Crosby's personal life was less harmonious, as his relentless work schedule, with up to 4 movies a year, meant he was often absent from his 4 sons' lives, sending them to boarding school. This was rooted in his fear of his sons becoming entitled Hollywood kids, a lifestyle he despised, but his overbearing concerns created a rift, leaving his children feeling abandoned. Crosby's marriage to Dixie Lee was fraught with difficulties, though he remained loyal to her despite considering divorce. In 1945, Dixie fell ill, with reports suggesting an accidental overdose of sleeping pills. Dixie's health continued to decline as she struggled with loneliness, depression, and heavy drinking. At the age of 40, she received a devastating diagnosis of ovarian cancer, but her doctor chose to keep the terminal prognosis from her, and Crosby went along with the charade. Tragically, Crosby was not present when Dixie passed away, and her death at a young age left the family shattered. The funeral was a chaotic scene, with photographers swarming the event, further adding to Crosby's heartbreak. Crosby hid his inner struggles behind a stoic demeanor, concealing the pain he carried despite bringing joy to millions. Even the most renowned individuals often grapple with personal challenges. In the late 1940s, as Dixie Lee battled alcoholism, Crosby sought solace in an affair with actress Joan Caulfield, a relationship that remained hidden for years until it was revealed after Crosby's passing. Another actress, Patricia Neal, who had also been Crosby's mistress, shed light on the situation, noting the shared experience of being in the same position. The story did not end there, as the involvement of two sisters, Violet and Mary Barca, further complicated the narrative surrounding Crosby's personal life. Crosby's friends became amateur detectives, closely monitoring his activities and meticulously recording their observations. They uncovered the truth about Crosby's secret meetings with Caulfield, and even Crosby's sister Betty confirmed the affair, adding to the scandal. Despite his deep feelings for Caulfield, Crosby struggled with his Catholic values, torn between his love for her and his commitment to his wife Dixie. Though he considered leaving Dixie, Crosby ultimately remained by her side, even as her personal struggles weighed heavily on their marriage. After Dixie's death, Crosby embraced his newfound bachelor status, dating famous women like Pat Sheen, Grace Kelly, and Inger Stevens, but it was actress Katharine Grant who eventually won his heart. However, this second marriage came with its own set of challenges, as Crosby's new family brought complications. He welcomed 3 more children, but his first batch of kids felt neglected, with Nathaniel Crosby, Crosby's son, remarking that his father seemed clueless about raising children. Bing Crosby's later years were marked by a stark contrast between his first and second families. As he aged, the rise of new musical stars like Elvis Presley and the Beatles overshadowed his once dominant presence. However, in 1977, the music industry celebrated his 50-year career with a special event, but this joyful occasion nearly turned tragic when Crosby fell off the stage during his performance, suffering a severe injury. Though he survived, this close call foreshadowed the sudden and unexpected end of his life. Crosby's final journey began on October 13, 1977, when he traveled to Spain. Crosby was hoping to relax with golf and hunting during his trip. While playing on the golf course, a group of construction workers recognized him and asked him to sing. Crosby, known for his performances, happily obliged and sang "Strangers in the Night." Unaware that this would be his final performance, Crosby finished his round of golf and walked back to the clubhouse, telling his friends that it was a great game and they should have a soda. Tragically, just 20 yards from the clubhouse, Crosby collapsed from a massive heart attack and never regained consciousness. He was 74 years old when his life ended suddenly. However, in the years after his death, Crosby's public image would be tarnished, even though he had always been seen as a wholesome figure. Bing Crosby, the iconic crooner who captivated audiences with his smooth, velvety voice and his all-American charm, was revered as one of the most beloved entertainers of his era. However, behind the public's adoring gaze, a darker and more troubling reality was about to be exposed. In 1983, Crosby's son, Gary Crosby, published a memoir titled "Going My Own Way," which would shatter the illusion of Crosby's idyllic family life. In the book, Gary leveled a shocking accusation against his father, claiming that Crosby had emotionally and physically abused him and his siblings throughout their childhood. Gary described how Crosby would criticize his weight and use a metal-studded belt to punish him after weigh-ins, leaving the young boy traumatized and scarred. The revelations were all the more jarring as Crosby had long been celebrated as the epitome of fatherly devotion and warm, nurturing parenting. Even more surprising, Crosby's other son, Lindsay, a long-considered favorite child, corroborated Gary's brutal accounts, shattering the notion that Crosby had played favorites among his children. Lindsay's own struggles with alcoholism and depression further underscored underscored the dysfunction within the Crosby household, with Crosby even considering admitting him to a psychiatric ward at one point. The tragic fallout from the revelations would continue long after Crosby's death in 1977. Lindsay, who had been dependent on the family's wealth and inheritance, found himself destitute when the inheritance vanished, a testament to the lasting impact of Crosby's actions. Tragically, in December 1989, Lindsay took his own life, a devastating end to a life marked by the lingering scars of his father's mistreatment. The exposure of Crosby's dark side through his son's memoirs and testimonies forced the public to confront the stark contrast between the beloved entertainer's public persona and the painful reality of his family life. It was a sobering reminder that even the most iconic figures can harbor deep, unresolved traumas that can cast a long shadow over their legacy and the lives of those closest to them. The Crosby family's story continued to be marked by an undercurrent of deep tragedy. Another of Crosby's sons, Lindsay Dennis, also lost his life at the tender age of 56, with his brother Gary recalling how the untimely death of their beloved mother had deeply and irrevocably affected him, leaving an indelible mark on his psyche. The family's drama only deepened when Philip, another son, vehemently and steadfastly rejected Gary's accusations, firmly believing that his brother was motivated solely by a thirst for fame and the allure of financial gain, rather than any genuine concern for the family's legacy. Philip's anger towards Gary was so intense and unyielding that he vowed to harbor a lifelong hatred for him, determined to never forgive his brother for what he perceived as a blatant and unforgivable attempt to tarnish their revered father's hallowed name. The familial divide grew ever wider as the brothers found themselves locked in a bitter and unrelenting feud, each unwilling to back down or seek reconciliation. However, not all of Crosby's children were destined to follow the same unfortunate path. His son from his second marriage, a product of a more stable and nurturing environment, found remarkable success as a respected and influential investment banker, leveraging his keen intellect and business acumen to carve out a prestigious and lucrative career. Crosby's daughter Mary, too, defied the grim narrative, becoming a well-known and acclaimed actress, her talent and charisma captivating audiences on the iconic television show Dallas. And then there was Nathaniel, Crosby's son, who displayed a remarkable aptitude for the sport of golf, ultimately emerging victorious as the champion of the prestigious U.S. Amateur Championship in 1981, a testament to his unwavering dedication and exceptional skill on the fairways. Despite the overwhelming darkness that seemed to envelop the Crosby family at times, these shining examples of success and achievement among Crosby's offspring served as a glimmer of hope, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable tragedy, the human spirit can rise above and find a path to triumph and fulfillment. The Crosby family's legacy was more complex and multifaceted than anyone could have ever imagined. This storied dynasty was marked by an extraordinary blend of talent and turmoil, triumph and tragedy that captivated the public's attention for generations. At the heart of this saga was the iconic figure of Bing Crosby, whose silky smooth voice and charismatic persona had enthralled audiences worldwide. Bing Crosby's rise to fame was nothing short of meteoric. Born in the small town of Tacoma, Washington, Bing demonstrated a natural talent for singing from a young age. His velvety baritone voice and effortless stage presence soon caught the attention of the burgeoning entertainment industry, and he quickly became a sought-after performer in the 1920s and 30s. Bing's breakout role in the 1944 film Going My Way cemented his status as a Hollywood legend, earning him an Academy Award for Best Actor and solidifying his place as one of the most beloved entertainers of his era. However, the Crosby family's history was not without its share of personal upheavals and scandals. Bing's private life was often the subject of intense media scrutiny, with rumors and speculation swirling around his relationships and family dynamics. After the passing of his beloved wife, Dixie Lee, the singer's personal life took an unexpected and controversial turn. In a surprising move, Bing briefly dated and even proposed to a beautiful model named Pat Sheen. This budding romance soon became the subject of intense public scrutiny and fascination, as the story took an even more convoluted twist when Sheen later married Bing's own son, Dennis Crosby. The Crosby's family drama was further exacerbated by the tumultuous relationships between Bing and his four sons, Gary, Philip, Dennis, and Lindsay. The brothers were known for their volatile dynamic, with sibling rivalries, substance abuse issues, and legal troubles plaguing the family for years. The public eagerly followed the Crosbys' every move, captivated by the juxtaposition of their immense success and the personal challenges they faced behind the scenes. Despite the turmoil, the Crosby family's legacy remained a powerful one, with Bing's enduring popularity and the continued success of his children and grandchildren. The family's story has become the stuff of legend, a captivating tale of triumph and tragedy that has captivated generations of fans and historians alike. The Crosby's legacy serves as a testament to the complex and often unpredictable nature of fame and fortune, a cautionary tale of the price that can be paid for living in the public eye. This highly unusual and scandalous situation surrounding the Crosby family dynasty sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry and the public at large. The revelation that Dennis Crosby, one of the famous singing Crosby brothers, was the father of a young woman's daughter stemmed from a high-profile paternity lawsuit that gripped the nation's attention. The legal proceedings and subsequent confirmation of Dennis's paternity cast a dark cloud over the Crosby family name, which had long been synonymous with musical talent, wholesome family values, and unparalleled success. The aftermath of this shocking revelation proved to be deeply damaging, both emotionally and reputationally, for the entire Crosby clan. Intense tensions and bitter rifts emerged, tearing the once tightly knit family apart and plunging them into a prolonged period of turmoil and discord. The media frenzy surrounding the scandal only served to exacerbate the family's internal strife as they struggled to maintain their public image and grapple with the profound personal ramifications of Dennis's actions. Tragically, the legendary patriarch of the Crosby family, the iconic Bing Crosby, never had the chance to meet the granddaughter at the center of this controversial scandal. Bing, known for his warm, affable persona and his unparalleled contributions to the world of music and entertainment, was reportedly devastated by the news, but passed away before he could even lay eyes on the child who had so dramatically upended his family's legacy. This tumultuous chapter in the Crosby family's storied history ultimately ended in a bitter cloud of disappointment and public scandal, leaving an indelible mark on their once celebrated legacy. The intricacies and complexities of the Crosby family's journey serve as a poignant reminder that even the most renowned and talented dynasties are not immune to the pitfalls of human nature and the unpredictable twists and turns that life can take. The Crosby family's harrowing experience underscores the fragility of even the most seemingly perfect lives, and the enduring truth that no family, no matter how illustrious, is immune to the ravages of scandal, betrayal, and the consequences of unethical choices. This story has captured your interest, so remember to show your appreciation by leaving a like.